Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Welcome to the makings of a madman. Mad men get shit done, it's a passion. Has-beens can't get close to my lab, man. Since I stopped feeding these suckers, they fast. And this is the reason that I move so fast, man. Rewrote the story and threw out the cast. Fuck all the credit, man, I want the cash. I am the running man, you in the past. Too far ahead of you, you cannot see me. I'm stronger and better, you slept on your Wheaties. I got it together, you fall into pieces. I should be calling you Reese's. It should be illegal to teach this, but somebody dared me to do it. So I said, well, damn, I'ma do it. That somebody was me, man.
Let him cook. Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
Welcome to the makings of a madman. Mad men get shit done, it's a passion. Has-beens can't get close to my lab, man. Since I stopped feeding these suckers, they fast. And this is the reason that I move so fast. Rewrote the story and threw out the cast. Fuck all the credit, man, I want the cash. I am the running man, you in the past. Too far ahead of you, you cannot see me. I'm stronger and better, you slept on your Wheaties. I got it together, you fall into pieces. I should be calling you Reese's. It should be illegal to teach this, but somebody dared me to do it. So I said, well, damn, I'ma do it. That somebody was me, man. Good morning, Bridge City Global. How are y'all doing out there, man? How are y'all feeling? How are you living? How is the day treating you? You have no idea how glad I am to see you right now. That's right. Let them cook. Welcome to the makings of a madman. Mad men get shit done. It's a passion. Has-beens can't get close to my lab, man. Since I stopped feeding them suckers, they fasting. This is the reason that I move so fast. Rewrote the story and threw out the cash. Fuck all the credit, man. I want the cash. Anyway, y'all, I'm so glad that y'all are here today. I'm super excited to see y'all. We're starting a new series of conversations today. And if you haven't guessed it, that series is called Flight School. We're about to have a really good time over the next few weeks as we close out the month. And for everybody watching, guess what today is? Do you know what today is? It's open house week, which means starting this evening, I'm going to get me a nap after this show. But starting this evening, we're kicking off Open House Week for Bridge City Global live in effect. If you're not a part of the global campus community right now, I don't know what you're waiting on. Go ahead and get in there. Get in where you fit in, man. bridgecity.app/start-here. That's how you know what it get fit in at. All right, so I want to jump into this day because I had to push this back 30 minutes for today, and we'll kind of explain why in our introduction. But if you're excited about today's conversation, will you just show some love in the chat today? Will you show some love in the chat if you're excited about today's conversation? If you're excited about this new conversation series, if you're excited about Bridge City Global, Morpheus is here with me. He's excited. Would you just show some love in the chat, man? In the chat. Okay. So let's open this up. Do I have announcements? Announcements, open house week. Today is going to be different. I'm just going to flow. Let's go. So last week, and I haven't really shared this with anybody outside of my house and my team. So you're getting some information right now. Look at all that beautiful love in the chat. Jalapeno. Mm, mm, mm. Jalapeno. All right. So last week I started having sporadic nosebleeds. It was very interesting because I've never had nosebleeds before. As a matter of fact, I've only had one nosebleed in my entire life prior to this past week, and that was a moment where I was praying so hard that my nose started bleeding. And of course, at that time, I was so damn superstitious that I thought that maybe my prayers were really getting through. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to hug my son. I've been in the hospital all week, and so he was asleep when I got home today, so I gotta hug him. Thank you, big head. So it was an immediate concern for me because I live with the baggage of resistant hypertension. Okay. At any given moment in time, my systolic readings of blood pressure are in the mid 200s. I've been living with it for over a decade, and it is primary, meaning that there's no directly identifiable underlying cause. For me, hypertensive crisis is what I like to call inherited baggage. I was able to manage the nosebleeds for the most part. They'd only last a few minutes at most, and then I was able to go on about my day. And quite honestly, at that time, my biggest concern was not necessarily my hypertension, which, though I knew anything dealing with bleeding is high risk for a person who's at a state of hypertensive crisis. So I knew that. But funny enough, I'm gonna give you a little view into my vanity. My biggest concern, my biggest fear once I started experiencing them is that one day I'd be in the middle of a video and my nose would start bleeding. Like that would terrify me because people are typically childish and jump to assumptions. And then I'd be fighting rumors about being a crack addict. That was my biggest concern until the morning of Black Friday. By the morning of Black Friday, within a time frame of about 6 days, I had experienced more than a dozen nosebleeds. And when I got up that morning around 5:45, I had another nosebleed experience. But this time, after 2 hours of trying to manage it, it was obvious that I was in full hypertensive crisis. So my wife took me to the emergency room where they were concerned that I was pre-stroke, as my systolic number at the time was 248. Now, this was actually not supposed to be in my introduction for this conversation series. But while I was sitting in the hospital room yesterday morning, I had a thought. I was born with this predisposition to the baggage of resistant hypertension. I've been carrying this particular baggage for so long that I often forget that it's a part of me. Perhaps the hardest part of dealing with personal baggage is remembering that it is indeed your baggage. It's a part of you until you do something about it. This is getting good already. For me, it was easy for me to view my health predispositions as family baggage or my parents' baggage or even as someone else's problem to solve. But once it showed up in the context of my everyday life, it becomes a rigid reminder that this is indeed my baggage. And if I don't deal with my baggage, it's going to inhibit my ability to take flight and navigate this world towards the outcomes that I desire. So, in today's conversation, as a first installment of this new series that we're calling Flight School, I want to platform a conversation that will hopefully prepare us all to take flight in our lives by starting with our own baggage. So if you're not too bougie this weekend, will you drop in the chat to encourage someone to mind your baggage? That's today's title. Oh, that's cold blooded. Zernio, man, you're a monster. Come on, bro. That was beautiful. Yes, mind your baggage. If you ever wonder why I don't get into everybody else's squabbles, if you ever wonder why I don't jump on everybody else's bandwagon, if you ever wonder why I don't just jump on and dogpile with everybody else bullshit, it's because, baby, I got too much baggage of my own to be adding your shit to my shit. Is this good yet? Can I get a jalapeno? Can I get a hell yeah? A hell yeah and a jalapeno. Mind your baggage, all right? Mind your baggage. Over the past decade of my life, one thing has become absolutely clear to me, almost sacred, and that is that I am responsible for my life. I came to that conclusion after wrestling with persistent disappointments within my own life. No matter how hard I tried to, no matter how hard I tried to take flight in a given direction, I often found myself weighed down by the realities of life. Too broke, too sick, not enough money, not enough family, not enough friends, not enough clout, and that list can literally go on and on. I mean, damn, if we put up a circle right now and set 60 people in that mug and just say, hey, how many of you have enough of what you need? I think all the hands are going to go up like, no, I ain't got nowhere near enough. That list goes on. But it was in 2017 when I realized that somewhere in my life, I hope y'all ready for this, that somewhere in my life, I had outsourced not only my capacity, but my responsibility. I had inadvertently made myself the most insignificant person in my own life. Can I say that again? See, this is why when my baby boy walked into this room today, I don't care how many people are on this camera. I ain't seen my baby boy since yesterday, and I know he's worried about daddy. So when he walks in my office and I am live in front of y'all, no, y'all come second at that moment. Y'all don't want to talk to me because I will not be the most insignificant person in my life, and my children will damn sure not be the most insignificant people in my life. So when he came in, no, get over here, hug me. Y'all saw me. Come on, daddy's got to hug your neck. That's my baby. But I got to a place in my life that if I wasn't in flight, it was because someone else didn't give me a boost. If I wasn't in flight, it was because someone else didn't open the door. If I wasn't in flight, it was because someone else's baggage was weighing me down. And the most insidious aspect of that type of perspective is that it put my life in the hands of people who had not signed up to do anything about my life. So if I stayed that course, I'd still be waiting on other people to make my life worth living. I hope this is helping somebody already. At the time, yeah, it felt like a crisis of faith, family, and friends. But in reality, it was the beginning of becoming. It was my first step into pre flight. It was both a mourning of the illusion of support that I had so desperately clung to and a celebration of the person that I was giving myself permission to be. And I just want to pause here real quickly. Don't you ever let nobody make you feel bad for celebrating the person on the other side of your best decisions. Damn it, that felt good. Okay, now, okay, so it's a celebration of the person that I was giving myself to be. I love and enjoy being supported just like anyone else. But here's an early bird special for you. I no longer need anyone else's boost to take flight. No. Listen. I love walking through open doors. I love having somebody standing on both sides of the doors and they open them for you. But even if you don't open the door for me, I promise you I'm prepared to fly through it. Why? Because I've gotten to the place where I've learned how to mind my baggage. So before we get too far ahead, let's snatch up some definitions to get on the same page. What exactly is baggage? What is baggage? What are we talking about when we say baggage? Well, I'm so glad you asked because that's what we're here to talk about today. I want to give you two definitions. I didn't have these ready for the screens, but don't worry. I want to give you these two definitions. They're easy to remember, okay? The first definition is real easy. It's personal belongings packed in suitcases for traveling, aka luggage, stuff that you're lugging around, stuff that you're carrying, dragging is personal. Okay. The other one, I love that, a gauge of bags. You know what? That got me right in the funny spot. I needed that. Fresh out of the hospital. Damn, that was good. The next one, second definition, personal past experiences or long held ideas regarded as burdens and impediments. So I want to simplify this for you. We're gonna get the simplest version of baggage that we can possibly have, and its baggage is the personal stuff we carry. Baggage is the personal stuff we carry. Okay. So before we lift off, remember this is flight school. Before we lift off, this is why I'm wearing the Bridge City blue. This is official. Okay. This makes it official. I have the Bridge City blue on. You are officially a student of flight school. But before we lift off, we need to secure what we're carrying. Okay. This conversation is going to help us identify what belongs in the bag and what needs to stay behind, because some things were never meant to go with you into that next chapter. And whatever stays, whatever is going with me into the next chapter, that's the stuff that I need to make sure is properly checked. Oh, we about to have a good time in here. You cannot fly freely until you got your baggage checked. All right. Go ahead and drop mind your baggage in the chat. Go ahead and come on, mind your baggage. Before we even get on the plane, man, before we even get to the building, man, I need you to mind your baggage. Oh, I love this. Because listen, contrary to popular belief, baggage is not just the stuff you drop off, it's the stuff you take with you. The goal isn't to have a life without baggage. I got to say it again because I'm going to have to free your mind so that the rest will follow. The goal is not to have a life without baggage. It's to make sure that you have the right baggage. Okay, did y'all hear that? Jalapeno. The goal is not to have a life without baggage. The goal is, if I got something on me, it needs to be something that I need. Come on now. I got to have the right baggage. This is why minding your baggage is so important. The problem isn't that you're carrying it. The problem is that you're carrying stuff that you can't use. The problem is that you're carrying stuff that isn't helping you. Baggage isn't the problem. Intent is. Baggage isn't the problem. Responsibility is. Baggage isn't the problem. Accountability is. Baggage isn't the problem. Management is. Jalapeno. Can I get a hell yeah? Come on now. So I cringe every time I hear a pastor or a motivational speaker or even a therapist talking about getting rid of baggage or life without baggage. Listen, I travel quite a bit, and I can tell you that baggage may be at times inconvenient, but it is in most cases absolutely necessary for the journey. Okay, yeah, baggage can be inconvenient sometimes, but man, we're gonna mind our baggage today. So let's highlight some very important questions in regards to baggage. Are y'all ready for this? So, for whatever baggage you have, damn it, you own it, Zernial. Oh my goodness, I'm about to preach like a madman. Whatever baggage you're carrying, this is the first question I need you to ask. Why am I keeping this? Why am I keeping this? This is the first pre-flight question we need to ask when we are getting ready to mind our baggage. Why am I keeping this? As I'm going through my suitcase, as I'm going through my luggage, as I'm looking through my little fanny pack or my man purse or whatever the fuck you want to call it, whatever I'm looking through, everything in here, I need to be asking myself that question. Why am I keeping this? Here's the question that I often ask people who are dealing with baggage issues is that if you don't want it, why are you choosing to keep it? Why are you choosing to carry it? Who convinced you that you have to keep that? If it's baggage that you don't want, then let it go. If it's a burden for you, if it's not helpful for you, why are you still packing it to bring? Because it only shows up if you bring it. Nobody else, oh, damn, that's good. Nobody else has the ability to bring your baggage to the table. So if your baggage keeps showing up, it's because you keep bringing it, which means now you need to sit down and get clear with yourself. Why am I keeping this? Why do I keep bringing this? Why am I still holding on to it? Come on, let's go there. Why am I keeping this relationship? Why am I holding on to these behaviors? Why am I keeping this mindset? How has this mindset served me? Man, I had a lot of things in my mind that I thought were really helping me until 2017. And I had to sit down with myself and I'm like, bruh, a lot of the bullshit you keep holding on to is not even helping you. So if you're going to keep it, you at least need to get clear why. And then if you can't find your why, maybe it's time to let go. If you can't find why you're holding on to that mindset, does that mindset serve you? Does it serve the people you love? Does it serve your ideas, your ambitions, your audacity? And if it doesn't, then it might be limiting you. What about even some of your personalities, man? Is this serving me? Is it time for me to update? Me and my wife just watched the Being Eddie documentary, and Eddie Murphy said, you know, the laugh that he had became famous for, it was his laugh. That's his laugh. But people begin to commodify that laugh. People begin to commercialize that laugh. And he began to realize, like, damn, this laugh ain't really helping me anymore. As a matter of fact, it's kind of becoming something that I don't really like. So he literally asked himself, why am I keeping this? I didn't mean to bring Eddie Murphy into this. I don't know how that happens. So watch this. Maybe you keep fumbling the bag because you keep mismanaging your baggage. Damn, this is good. No. Jalapeno. Maybe you keep fumbling the bag because you keep mismanaging your baggage. Watch this. You're bringing it, but you're hiding it and trying to pretend like it's not there. See, some of your marriages are fucked up right now because you're too busy trying to hide your baggage from each other. And that's where all the sex toys are. Okay. See, why bring it with you if you're going to hide it? Come on now. Let me get a jalapeno out there. That was too damn good. If you're going to keep it, you need to get clear on why you are deciding to hold on to it so that you can articulate it on your journey. This keeps showing up because I keep bringing it. And if I keep bringing it, it's because I'm choosing to keep it. And if I'm choosing to keep it, I need to get really clear on why. But see, we're not going to stop there. I told you I got some questions for you today. So not only why am I keeping this, once I get clear on that, why am I packing this? Why am I packing this? Right? I can keep it. Just because I keep it don't mean I got to take it everywhere with me. So why am I choosing to pack this? There are some things that are helpful for me here that are not helpful for me there. No, I get why I'm keeping this at home. I get why I'm holding on to this at home. I get why this means something to me at home. But how is this helpful for me out there? Come on now. And watch this. If it's not going to be helpful for me out there, why am I bringing it? And I don't have to wait till I get there. Oh, this is good. I'm about to teach y'all I'm about to teach y'all how to time travel, bruh. If it's not useful for me there, I don't have to wait to get there to figure that out. I can sit right here and use my mind to travel into the future and say, what's going to be better for me at that phase? And then that's when I can take inventory of everything in my luggage and say, hey, you're going to be really good for me at home. So every time I come home, this is what I need at home. But out there, that's not what I need. I need something else when I'm there. And I need to figure that out now because I might be able to pack that in advance. Why am I packing this? So what I'm keeping is about what I need at home. What I'm packing is about what I need abroad. There's some things I need at home that I don't need at work. There's some things that I need at work that I don't need at home. See, some of the most disruptive passengers on a plane are those who bring their home-sized pillows instead of their travel-sized pillows. Jalapeno. Yeah, that's the most disruptive, just most inconsiderate folk. Got that big-ass king-size pillow in these small little seats and not even trying to share. That have made their own little cubicle right there with that big ass pillow. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're confusing home needs with travel needs. You know what I'm saying? They're confusing home needs with travel needs. Watch this. Man, this is so good. I get that you're trying to maximize your comfort. But because this isn't your house, you're doing it at the expense of others. Oh, this is about to be good. See, y'all think this is just about your come up, but this is about grouping. This is about community. This is about working together. The people who have the hardest time integrating with new communities are the ones who put their home needs over everyone else's travel needs. I call those people like house hunters. House hunters become house wreckers real quick, So no matter where they are, they're always trying to treat it like it's their personal home. So they're trying to change the standards to fit what they need at home, which at that moment makes them the primary person in a group situation. Goddamn. You in here with your big ass queen king size home size pillow slapping me in the face, but as long as you comfortable, you all right. That's not how community works. Now at home, I'm that person. No, at home, I am that person. I'm going to get as comfortable as I want to be. I don't care how inconvenient you are. It's home for me. But when we're traveling together, we must be consistent. We must be considerate of each other. See, what you keep unveils how you consider yourself. What you pack unveils how you consider others. What I keep is what I need for me. What I pack tells me, like, oh, this person is considerate of other folk. Dang. Again, some of you might be fumbling the bag because you're mismanaging your baggage. You're confusing what you need to keep. You keeping stuff for other people and then packing stuff for you. See, that's backwards. So, I'm keeping stuff for me and packing for others. All right, let's go. Let's go. So let's talk through some packing protocol. Because if we're gonna be packing, why am I packing this? And I have to be mindful that when I'm packing for travel. That's so good. See, if I am packing for travel. And unless I'm just so wealthy where I got a private jet jalapeno, that means I'm packing to be with other people, temporarily or otherwise. Okay? So let's talk through this packing protocol. Because some of y'all, let's talk. This might be why life a little hard for you right now. Some of you are selfish packers. Don't worry. Look, no shame. I used to be one of them. Let's just share this moment together. Let's share this. My name is Durante Martin. I think that's y'all first time hearing me say my name without throwing my middle name in there. And that just felt so weird. I felt like I was in court. So I'm going to run that back. My name is Durante Lamar Martin. And I was once a selfish packer. Do you know how you recognize a selfish packer? I want to show you how you recognize a selfish packer. A selfish packer is a person who can be in a room with a group. They can be in a room with a group. Everybody know what a group is? A group means there's more than your motherfucking ass in there. But the only thing they care about is how that room feels for them. All right? So it's like going to a place and they got the air conditioner on 35 degrees because they like that weather. And though they see you over there freezing, they don't never, not one time, stop to think, hey, is everybody else comfortable? See, that's a selfish packer. A selfish packer walks into a room and always preferences what they like and what they don't like, as if the whole room should shift to their preferences. That is home behavior, not community behavior. Okay? Damn, is this helping anybody? Your boy came straight from the hospital for this. Literally, that's why we're 30 minutes behind, because I was being discharged literally at 11:50. Oh my goodness. Come on now. That's right. Why would you walk into a room and demand something changes? This is good. That's selfish packing behavior. So here's some questions you can ask yourself if you've struggled with being a selfish packer, and we have. Again, I call them house hunters. Because if you ever see House Hunters, which is a fake ass show that makes me so mad, but if you ever see House Hunters, people are walking to a house and they be like, oh my goodness, look at these walls. They just so ugly. Hey, bitch, this house wasn't designed for you. When these people painted this house, you were nowhere in thought. If you can't afford to repaint the walls, you can't afford the house, heifer. You know what I'm saying? No, you see, that's a selfish packer, treating everything in life as it has to be modified for you, instead of realizing that I am sharing this moment, I am sharing this opportunity with others, and their needs may differ from mine. And so the only way we can get to a healthy environment is that we have to be considerate of everybody that's on board. Oh, see, this ain't even in my notes, man. So let's go through this. No, this part is. Let's go. Packing protocol. All right. These are some questions you need to be asking while you're packing. How can I be comfortable without being inconsiderate? All right. See, now when you're dealing with a group, that there doesn't need to be a period or a question mark right after how can I be comfortable? No, there's another part to this. Okay. Because sometimes I like to be comfortable just by getting naked and just walking around. Okay. That's very, very, very comfortable for me. But that might be a little inconsiderate. Okay. Everybody don't want to see the stuff flapping around and all that. That might be just might be a little inconsiderate. So the question is, how can I be comfortable without being inconsiderate with other folks? And if you ain't guessed yet, this ain't just about flight, baby. This is about life. This is about work. This is about community. So when you're thinking, when you're complaining about stuff on your jobs, when you're looking for that next environment, when you're looking for that next atmosphere, the question that you need to lead with within yourself is, how can I be comfortable without being inconsiderate? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. The next one, what do I need for departure? I think it was George Washington Carver. I just want to make sure I got the name right because there's so many George Washingtons and Carvers. So many Georges, so many Washingtons, so many Carvers. But George Washington Carver, it was him who said, if you ever understand one thing, you can understand all things. Now, that's my paraphrasing of it. But he fell in love with the peanut. He fell in love with plants. Like, and when I say he fell in love with them, he'd paint them. If y'all have never seen some of Dr. Carver's paintings, please go check them out. That's your little bit of Black history assignment right now. But he has some amazing paintings because he fell in love with the plant. But by falling in love with the plant, he fell in love with this world that we kind of live in, this world that we live in, because he fell in love with paying attention to the details. And so sometimes, just sometimes, y'all, maybe most of the time, hell, maybe all of the time, but most of the time, many times, the thing that inhibits us the most is not paying attention to the details. That's why they used to make that little saying, the devil is in the details. The stuff that went wrong was in the details that you didn't look at. So I like to get really detailed. How can I be comfortable without being inconsiderate? But then next, what do I need for departure? No, what do I need? You got to be able to ask yourself questions like that. What do I need to actually be able to get up and go? What do I actually need to be able to leave from here to get to that airport? What am I going to need in the journey? Watch this next one. What do I need in flight? Because at some point, I'm going to be in flight. Now, part of this journey, I'm just going to be out there hanging out with random people in the little, I forget what you call the things, but concourses A, B, C, D, E, F, 1, 2, 3. I'm be going to Applebee's or something like that. Going to a little night. Maybe they got a Carrabba's and I go get some olive oil and some bread. Maybe they got some Popeye's chicken and I'll get a little shrimp or something like that. I got that space that I'm going to be in. That's my departure space where I kind of got free reign. I can do whatever I want to do, but there is going to be a time where my movement is going to be a little bit more limited. There is going to be a time we're going to be stationary for a while. Again, I was in the hospital this weekend. That's kind of like being in flight because I'm going to be here. And so my wife had to go pack some stuff for me. And it's like, okay, what does he need while he's there? Okay. So there's some things he needs at home that he may not need there. Oh, I hope this is helping, man. Ooh, this is good. Them terminals. There it is. Thank you, Ashley. Yes, terminals. Because I was lost, man. It was gone. All right. Next one. What do I need for arrival? And I think this is where this is where so many people miss their bag at. Man, you can have everything right, but if you really miss what you need for arrival, you're gonna be in trouble. So let me go back to departure real quick. What do I need for departure? Last time I traveled on a plane, I had to go to California. And a week before I went, that was for the Rise event. A week before I went, I sat down with my team in a meeting and I said, you know what I just realized? And they said, what? I don't have a real ID. The United States went through this weird thing where they changed all the IDs and Alabama decided not to participate for one moment. And then Alabama decided it's going to get its own things. And then when I renewed my ID, I just did it through the regular way just because I don't like going back down. I don't like dealing with the DMV. I don't like dealing with state buildings, period. Okay. This is why I can't jump on everybody's bandwagons. State sponsored stuff typically sucks. At least it does in the South. So I try to avoid state buildings at all costs. At all costs. There's no customer service. There's no innovation. There's no attempt to be nice. There's no attempt to be human. The job security is just like, it's crazy. But anyway, I realized I didn't have an ID. Okay. And so, oh shit, I need that to depart. But then also, what do I need to arrive? So think about this, please, beloved. And this is for people. Listen, let me pause here and talk to people who have a there that you're trying to get to. because I'm not aloof. I'm not obtuse. Thank you, Ashley. You know, I'm aware that there are people who don't have a there that they're trying to get to. This is the reality of the world. There are people in this world that don't have a there that they're trying to get to. Some of them, their there is already what they are. But for those of you that have a there that you're trying to get to. Remember, this is flight school. I ain't playing with you this week. For those of you that have a there that you're trying to get to, why would you wait to get there to figure out what you need to be successful there? Okay. No. If there's a there you're trying to get to, go ahead and travel there in your mind and figure out, what do I need as soon as I land? As soon as I land, what do I need? I don't want to have to run to the store. I don't want to have to waste time trying to hawk this down. What will I need as soon as I get there? So when I got to LA and I got to my host house, I got to TK's house, and TK said, we got a heated pool down here. And I'm like, damn, it's October, but it feels good. And they got a heated pool. See, I didn't go in the future. If I would have time traveled, I would have said, bro, you need some swim trunks. And I would have had them when I arrived. Come on now, let's go. Let's go. And then the next one, what can I get when I'm there? And that's where that consideration comes in. There's some stuff that I would love to have with me, but I won't need it until I get there, and I won't immediately need it. So that's the stuff I can pick up when I get there. Now, let me work that analogy for you, because some of you are like, I'm trying to make that one work for me. I got you, player. Because there's some stuff that maybe you don't have yet, and stuff that you can't even afford to carry right now. And you are looking into your future and saying, I don't know if I'll be able to handle that. Right? But see, like, baby, you may not have it now, but I can tell you sometimes there's something that happens you in the journey that by the time you get there, you'll be able to pick up what you need. You may not be able to pick it up now. That's okay. That's okay. You on the departing end, but baby, when you arrive, come on now, I hope somebody's getting this. Let's get to this next question. So we talked about, why am I keeping this? Why am I packing this? Here's a good question. What do I need to carry? All right. What do I need to carry? Some of this baggage I can check, which means, and this is the good part. This is the good part. Baggage I can check. That means that I can honestly pack as much as I want without really being inconsiderate to anybody, but I just won't have access to it until I arrive. That's what checked baggage is. That means I can bring it with me. It's going to meet me when I get there. Okay. But I will not have access to it while I'm in flight. I will not have access to it once I've actually gone into the airport. This is flight school. We're trying to bring these realities to you. So that there's some stuff that you can bring with you, but you can't carry. You get what I'm saying? There's some stuff that you can bring with you. It's going to meet you when you get there, but it's stuff that you have to put mentally on hold until you get there. Okay. So everybody on my team right now knows about me, that Durante lives so far in the future that you got to always remember he ain't never really talking about now. Okay, because I'm obsessed with my checked baggage, y'all. I'm on the plane with y'all, and I got my little carry-on, but I also got some baggage that I could not carry because it's too big for flight. Okay, I got some stuff that I could not carry because flight does not accommodate that type of infrastructure. We're in flight. We're not there yet. Damn it, this is good. We're trying to get there. All right. And so the people who are going to have the hardest time helping Bridge City grow to this next phase right now are the people who are coming in thinking that we are there instead of realizing that, no, baby, we're preparing to get into flight. Oh, damn, this is good. So, like, excuse me, trying not to cough in the mic. So there are things that I get excited about every Sunday, even though I know they don't exist yet. But you will hear me talking about them because it's in my baggage. It's my checked baggage. I'm not carrying it, but it's on once we arrive. Oh, man, I got songs. I got ideas. I got infrastructures. I got programs. I have institutions. I have houses for children. I have orphanage programs. Y'all don't want to talk to me. Now, I can't do that now. Why? Because we're not there yet. But I'm checking that baggage. Oh, you better believe me, that baggage is coming on the plane with us. You better believe me, when we get there, I'm going straight to that baggage. When we arrive, what does arriving look like? Well, let me talk to Bridge City, SoCal for a minute. When we arrive, Bridge City, SoCal, Bridge City, LA, which means that we're meeting weekly there with these Sunday sessions, either streaming in or I'm there live in person or somebody else is there doing the damn thing. When we're there, we're going to have a whole damn band every Sunday. We're going to have some of the best singers in the LA area, and they're going to be lifting people up in music every Sunday. People are going to be coming in there downtrodden, depressed, anxious, out of their minds, and they're going to come in that room and they're going to be filled with so much energy, so much hope, so much upliftment. And then we're going to go into the conversation. Bro, y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't ready. Can I get a jalapeno? Can I get a jalapeno? We're going to have programs. We're going to have institutions where when there is anything going on, when there is a need, people are going to be saying, oh, yeah, call on Bridge City. They got you. You got a need, Bridge City got you. Those people over there, man, they love folk. Those people over there, they're going to take care of you. There's a homeless problem. Guess what? Bridge City is building homes. Not only are they building homes, they're buying RVs and giving them to people. Y'all ain't ready. That's my check baggage. I can't talk about it all the time. But listen, when we get there, okay. And I'm hoping this is helping somebody with your dreams, because some of you got some checked baggage that you're trying to carry. And I'm telling you, it's too big to carry. It don't mean that it's not going to make it there with you. It just means, baby, you got to check that while we get on the plane. But when we get off the plane, when we get there, come on now, goodness gracious. I'm telling you, I'm rocking the Bridge City Blue today. So it's bringing out a different type of monster. And I survived the hospital this weekend. You know, so the big point is, Essence is in the chat. Look, Bridge City SoCal is here today. That's what I'm talking about. The big point is, until we get there, certain baggage has to remain checked. It's with me, but it's not on me right now. Now, I still do some music every now and then, but trust me, it ain't on me yet. Oh, when it's on me, you gonna know. When it's with me, but it's not on me yet. You know, there are certain things you can't expect me to be right now. Oh, this is good. Damn, I wrote it and didn't feel it coming. There are certain things you can't expect me to be right now, because the tools for me to be that are in my checked baggage, not my carry-on. Oh, I hope that just set somebody free, because, you know, sometimes, oh, damn it. Oh, yeah, this is good. This is good. There are certain things you cannot expect from me right now, because the tools needed for that assignment, the tools needed for that identity, the tools needed for that expectation, it is not on me right now. Now, it is with me, but it is not on me. I don't have access to those tools, because those tools currently are in my checked baggage. Now, normally I'd have those tools available, but at this moment, baby, I'm traveling. At this moment, I am in transition. And while I'm in transition, I've got to be intentional and I've got to be clear about what my assignment is right now. So listen to me very clearly. You can't always be everything to everybody. Even if you have that skill set, if you keep fumbling if you keep mismanaging your baggage, you're going to keep fumbling the bag. No, baby, I can't stop this whole plane to go back there and get in that undercarriage and find that tool. Unfortunately, I'm not carrying that right now. Oh, this is good. Jalapeno. Okay, let's go. Let's roll. So this is where the carry-on comes in clutch. You know what I'm saying? One of the most important decisions to make before flight is, what am I checking and what am I carrying? Both are coming with me, but only one can be on me. And the reason that this is so good, because what we're talking about is, we're talking about people in transition. I think sometimes, you know, you set a goal, you set a vision, you set a mission, you set an idea. Isn't this the perfect end of the year series, man? You set a goal, so that way we get you set up next year. You set a goal, you set that ambition, but then you don't check the difference between my checked baggage and my carry-on. Because now that I'm getting ready to be in transition, now that I'm getting ready to be in flight, I'm about to be going through altitude changes. I'm about to be going higher. And the higher I go, shit, the more the weight cost me. Oh, oh, no, you don't understand. We got to have these mature conversations. Nope. The higher I go, the closer I get to my objective, the more the weight cost me. Okay, the more it can slow me down. We've lost several great entertainers because as they were going up, they didn't mind the baggage. And there are certain things surely that I want to carry, but I must remember I'm not in my default mode right now. I'm in transition right now. I'm in flight right now. And as long as I'm in flight, I'm going to have to carry light. And so if I'm going to have to carry light, boy, if I had to be right before, I really got to be right about what I'm carrying. I can't just wing this. So one of the most important decisions to make before a flight is, what am I carrying? What I choose to carry will determine not only how comfortably I'm able to fly, but also how readily I'm able to assist. Okay? So you have to ask yourself, what am I willing and able to still be while in flight? Which brings us to that next question, what I choose to be responsible for. See, this is whew, so much stuff has changed over the years, but I love this because this is going to help drive this point home. God damn it, I hope y'all are ready for this. Here's the trick. Whatever you choose to carry, you choose to marry. Yeah, no. If you're choosing to carry this, this is yours. It has to stay with you at all times. You don't get to put this down and walk away. Whatever you choose to carry, come on now, is what you choose to marry. This is what you choose to be responsible for. When you go through the airports now, you're going to see these signs posted up everywhere. It's going to remind you, never leave baggage unattended at an airport. Any unattended item will be treated as suspicious and trigger a security response, which could lead to delays, terminal closure, or cancellation of flights. Always stay in visual contact with your belongings and report any suspicious bags immediately to airport staff or security. If you see something, say something. Will somebody drop mind your baggage in the chat? It says, never leave your baggage unattended. Bruh, never leave your baggage unattended. If you want to know what leads to so much chaos in a community, is when people are leaving their baggage unattended. I love the way they worded this to the point that says any unattached items will be treated as suspicious and trigger a security response. Now you think about that. You put that in real life for you. You put that in real life for you. Damn, you hanging out with a group of friends. You're working in a community, but all of a sudden baggage keeps showing up that nobody claims. Yep. Any unattended baggage will be treated as suspicious and trigger a security response. So you're trying to figure out why everybody's so offended by you, or why people get defensive when they're around you, or why people get triggered around you. Maybe it's because you keep leaving baggage unattended and not claiming it. And this is leading to all types of delays. This is leading to closures and cancellations. This is leading to cancellations of flights and closures of opportunities. No, when talking about minding your baggage, listen, if you chose to keep it, if you chose to keep it, you chose to pack it, and you chose to carry it, you need to always stay in visual contact with it. This mine. Oh yeah, that's mine. I'm sorry. Let me pull that a little closer. This is mine. You are responsible. Oh, damn, this is good. Y'all hear me? You ready? Oh, y'all, this grown folk talk. It's grown folk talk. You are responsible for knowing whether or not your baggage fits before you get there. And I actually go through this every time I have to travel. Every time. It's not a new bag, same bags. But every time I'm going to pull out my measuring tape and I'm going to go to whatever airline that I know that I'm flying on, and I'm going to look for their measurements for what needs to be checked. I'm also going to look for their measurements of what can fit in the overhead bins and what can fit underneath my seat. I'm going to look for their rules about how much stuff I can keep on me. Why? Because it is my responsibility of knowing what fits before I get there. One of the worst things you can do is be in other people's lives trying to force what doesn't fit. Damn. So one of the most considerate things you can do is make sure it fits before you get there. Okay? Like I've had people to sign up to lead Bridge City communities and then sign up and say, well, I'm not sure if this fits. Then why did you sign up? Mm-mm. No, this is not an interview. Go back, watch the videos, figure out if it works for you. If it's not enough to work for you, baby, then this doesn't work for you. But you're not going to slow down progress because you don't know how to measure something before you get there. No. No, see, I think sometimes where people get it twisted with me is, yeah, I still preach, but baby, I'm not a Christian. I will tell your ass off to your face. Why? Because I want you to do better, and you can't do better until you know better. Jalapeno. Nah, see, this is what church should have been. I'm giving you the real deal. We're not going to sit up here and lie. Nah, I'm going to cuss your ass out right here from the platform in love, in reason's name. Jalapeno. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So if you're choosing to carry it, you must also be choosing to manage it. All right. Baggage is your responsibility. It's yours. Remember, we defined it in the beginning. If it's baggage, hey, if it's baggage, it's yours. It's personal. Okay. So let's talk about some common baggage related flight disruptors. And this is the one we're kind of going through now. The first one. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but this is an analogy of community. This is an analogy. And when you talk about community, I'm not just talking about Bridge City Global. The reason I'm so passionate about community, because community is the basic building block of doing any fucking thing. So if you're not a part of a productive community, 9 times out of 10, you are ruining your life right now. You're not a part of a productive community. You're robbing yourself of the conversations you need for your next level. You're robbing yourself of the relationships you need for your next level. You're robbing yourself of a viewpoint that you would have never considered before. Mm-mm. Community is how you mastermind your success. I am teaching better than y'all are responding. Community is how you mastermind your success. You make sure that you are always in a room where somebody has what you need. Ooh, fuck yeah, that was good. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta go. So let's talk about these baggage-related flight disruptors. The first one, which we've already been talking about a little bit, is unclaimed baggage. Listen, if it's your baggage, claim it. If it's your baggage, claim it. Unclaimed baggage. One of the examples, like, I don't know if y'all know, I've been talking about closing down our Discord server since February, because February was when I was actually going to cut it down. I think I've been very vocal that I don't like so far what the atheist community has attracted in the Discord space. And so I really just don't like a lot of the conversations that I see even happen in Discord. I'm like, damn, I don't even know where this stuff is coming from. And I don't like the way people treat each other in Discord. I don't like the way mods approach moderating in Discord. So there was something that happened several months back where one of my moderators had said something to another one of my moderators, and they were wrong about it, but it was something that anybody could have made that same mistake. So they made a simple mistake, but their simple mistake just off of a misjudgment of what the other person was saying, they attacked the person, and then when the person called them out on it, they disappeared. So you threw the rock, but then you hid your hand. That's unclaimed baggage. So you've created a problem based off of your personal baggage. You've created a problem based off of your personal triggers. And when you had the opportunity to claim it, oh man, how many of you run into situations like that? No, that's disruptive. Listen to me. Like, if you truly an adult and you're an autonomous individual and you ain't scared of nobody, if you fuck up, you need to claim it, you know? And in a truly gracious environment, no one's ever going to treat you in a truly gracious environment. That's kind of a no true Scotsman issue there. We'll deal with that. But in a gracious environment, no one should treat you like, oh, that fuck up is cost you out of this community, right? But if you constantly treat other people that way, you've already made it that you're one of those homewrecker type of people. Don't do that. So and for me, like, no, if you're modding for me, you will not treat people that way at all. If you make a mistake, you own up to it. You know? I often tell people you can hurt somebody without trying to. That doesn't mean it doesn't hurt, you know? And I don't know what it is about the way people, I just got to say it the way I say it because I'm not going to lie about what I see. But the way leadership seems to be perceived in much of the atheist community is a position of being able to tell other people what to do. And that's not what the fuck leadership is. Leadership is helping people get to their destinations. Leadership is supporting people. Leadership is empowering people. And the reason this community is so fucking fragmented because we're not looking for people to support. We're not looking for people to empower. We're not looking to help people get to their next destination. We're just looking for people to join our rage bandwagons. Back to regularly scheduled programming. So that was unclaimed baggage. Now let's talk about unchecked baggage. Come on now. Unchecked baggage. Stuff that you know this is just too big to be flying with. You know this is too big. Why you brought this on this damn plane? You know they about to take this from you or kick you off the plane. Let me tell you something. Whew. See, if I right now, and I know it makes my team nervous. I know Zernial gets nervous when he hears me talking about my expectations. I know Ashley gets nervous when she hears me talking about my expectations. I know Robert Damshow gets nervous when they hear me talking about my expectations. But I always try to make sure to them that I remind them that, hey, y'all, that's my checked baggage. That's not in the carry-on. I'm not expecting that while we're in flight. I mean, if we can get a nice song struck up while we in flight, I've seen people sing on a plane before. We can do it. It can be done. It can be done. But for the most part, like I know we ain't gonna be able to break out the keyboard and the guitar and the drums, what I call the two-piece and the biscuit. I know we're not gonna be able to do that yet. I know not yet. But man, if we can get our in-flight protocol right, we can get there a lot faster. Damn, this is good. Okay. So unchecked baggage. Some stuff is just too big for flight. Some stuff is too big for flight. I think that is sometimes a big disappointment for people who want to connect with Bridge City, who are really cause centric. They have a very specific cause that they want us to jump on immediately. And I'm like, no. We're not there yet. I think y'all, and look, you can go back through this. You can go back through our Sunday sessions where I'm reminding people there's a message I have on one of our Sunday sessions that says, you got here first. I need to make that required listening, required watching for everybody, because you got to understand the difference between being there and being on the way. Oh, damn, this is good. No, we're trying to get there. No, we want to get there with you. We want to support all of those missions. We want to support all of those causes, but we don't want to kill anybody to do it. And then one of those things that I've seen is that we are creating environments where people have to be human sacrifices in order for us to do anything productive. And to me, that's not smart. We should not be aiming to be sacrificial. We should be aiming to be strategic, to build community in a way that people don't have to destroy their lives to be a part of it, that people don't have to harm themselves to support it. But the only way we do that is to walk away from the illusions and get real intent. No, let me measure my baggage and see how this is going to impact other folk. God, is this helping anybody? Can I get a jalapeno out there? Can I get a hell yeah? All right. All right. So that's unchecked baggage. This is just too big for flight. We can't solve these issues right now. You know, there's only 3 of us. You about to give me, Robert, and Ashley a whole lot more work to do. And I'm gonna tell you something about me. Now, this is my pet peeve. This ain't a Bridge City thing. This is a Durante personal thing. Anybody who comes to me with ideas and who are not planning to implement them themselves, that shit goes in one ear and out the other for me. Because the only thing I hear when you do that is, hey, here's something else you can do. I know you keep saying you tired. I know you keep saying you got a lot on your plate, but I just love you so much that I just want to give you something else to do. Now, just because you don't know that's what you're saying, don't mean I don't have to pretend like that's not what you're saying. No, if you have an idea, you need to be prepared to implement that bad boy. Otherwise, what that communicates to me, and I'm telling you, I'm just going to talk straight with you. What that communicates to me is that you have an idea, but you have not thought about it. That means you're not even connected to what it will require to make that idea happen. Most people think an idea is just like, oh, I got an idea. And it's like, now everybody else is going to make my idea happen. What the fuck? No, if you have an idea, you need to be the person to implement it. I think everybody wants to be the idea person. Let me help you out real quick. That person don't exist. Ain't no such thing as an idea person. Oh, I'm the idea person. I just come up with the idea. Motherfucker, everybody got ideas. Okay. All right. No, what really makes, like Michael, a lot of people who play basketball have ideas about dunking. Okay. It's the person who can actually do the dunking. That's what I'm looking for, man. You know what I'm saying? I now want to teach a whole series called Fuck Your Ideas. Like, I think we're going to make it an entrepreneur series. Oh, that felt good. Oh, okay. Okay. Shit. Zernial, man, I think that's a great idea. And I'm calling on Zernial because he got somebody in his life that I think she would kill that type of speaking event. Fuck your ideas. You know, no, let me stop. But it's really about that work ethic, what you're willing to put in. All right. So unclaimed baggage, unchecked baggage, stuff that's too big for flight. It's good for later. It's too big for now. Like, this is real stuff you got to realize, you know? And this is what I love about the way Bridge City community is building right now. Like, we know we can't do a lot, but guess what? We pulled off one hell of a food drive for November. We did that. And then after we did it, guess what? We talked about what we can add to it next year. That's how okay, some of these things are too big for flight, but this is what we can carry. And that third one is unrestrained baggage. You know, a major part of your baggage responsibility, and I don't think I want to underline it in my notes. A major part of your baggage responsibility is making sure your baggage isn't harming anyone else. Listen, saying I'm sorry I got baggage is not the flex that you think it is. We all have baggage, even of those of us pretending not to have it. We all have baggage. Having it is one thing, but if you're going to choose to keep carrying it, you've got to keep it managed. It's no one else's responsibility to manage your baggage. Now, you're going to have some helpful people out there who will come along and say, let me help you with that. I see you're struggling. But the moment you make that an expectation of everybody else, you are forgoing your own responsibility. You are forgoing your own accountability. And eventually, you're going to become a victim of everybody else's life and insignificant in your own life, which is where we started this up. Oh, this is so good. I hope this is helping, man. So if you need, and this is going back to community. This is going back to community. If you need help with your baggage, you can call on a flight attendant or security, not the fucking pilot. Oh, yeah. So when I was a pastor, I couldn't say that shit. I can say it now. You got to call on the right people. This is why I absolutely refuse to get on the phone with people just because they want me to. And actually, if you've never read my book, you'll think I just started doing this. I've been doing this since 2014, the first book I wrote, which was called Significant. When I first started writing it, it was called Insignificant because that's how I felt about myself. And by the time I finished it, I had regained my own significance. And one of those things that I did is I said, oh, just because I got a phone don't mean people get access to me whenever they want to. Y'all ain't ready for that. Just because I got a phone don't mean people have access to me whenever they want to. And so I stopped answering my phone, literally. Nobody can call me without letting me know through text or something what they want to talk to me about. It got to be pre-scheduled. I realize my life doesn't have to lend into everybody else's chaos. So now I do have very strict parameters about who I talk on the phone to, why I talk on the phone to, because my first question is, when anybody wants to talk to me on the phone, why is it me that you need to talk to? Because I've already told people very clearly, I'm not trying to be anybody's celebrity. I'm definitely not your Negro. So, and listen, I'm a critical thinker, right? So if you talking to me just to get your rocks off, I'm sorry. I have a wife. I have 4 kids, 2 of which that are headed to college. I ain't got that kind of time. I'm listen, I'm hyper productive, and I'm not going to be. I'm not apologizing about being busy. I'm not apologizing about being productive. I am productive on purpose. So if you want access to my time, damn it, there has to be a reason. I got to fly this damn plane. You want me to stop flying the plane to come help you with your baggage when there are plenty of people on this plane with you that can help you with your baggage? What the hell? No. That's not productivity. That's not practical. That's personality paralysis. And the reason I don't like that is because you are likely devaluing other people in your life, thinking that I have something special for you, and I don't. Whatever I have that is of value, I'm giving it to you right here for free. Stop trying to rape me for more. Oh, I'm sorry. Did we go there? We did. We did. I'm not your Negro. I'm not your. Yo, these next few videos that's getting ready to come out over the next few weeks. Hey, but you can't send a preacher to the hospital. You know, you're getting thinking about life and stuff. Hospitals and jails. You put a preacher in the hospital or you put a preacher in jail. We coming out with books on top of books on top of books. If you ain't never read Letters from a Birmingham Jail from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I'd suggest you go check it out. All right. All right. All right, let's go. So let's get to this next question, which I think is our last question. What I choose to use for my journey. So we start, what am I keeping? Why am I keeping this? Why am I carrying this? You know, why am I packing this? Why am I carrying this? You know, what do I need to carry? And now, what I choose to use for my journey, whether it's checked, whether it's carried, whether it's stowed or held close, whatever baggage you are choosing to keep with you, make sure that it's useful for your journey. One of the things that breaks my heart so oftentimes, because I was the same, I was this person, man. But it breaks my heart when I hear people talk about, their lives and their baggage and how unhelpful the baggage is and how the baggage is keeping them from achieving their dreams. And I'm like, well, why don't you just put that down then? You know, if it's there was this trend that was going on for a while for people cleaning out the houses, and it was like, if it don't bring you joy, get rid of it. Like, why not just treat your life that way? You know, I'm not saying it's easy, and I think that's a lot of people's knee-jerk reaction, right? Someone says, hey, why not do this? Well, it ain't easy. Well, why does it have to be easy to do it? You lazy ass motherfucker. If that's your response, well, it ain't as easy as you think it is. I never said it was easy. I said it was helpful. And that might be the difference between the person you're trying to be and the person you're currently stuck at. Is one person, one version of you needs things to be easy. The other version of you just needs to know that it's helpful. You know, I don't need things to be easy. I gave up that superstition. When I gave up the idea of some divine genie out there masterminding everything and granting fucking wishes. The moment I realized that we are fucking floating space apes on a floating rock in the middle of fucking eternity, as far as we know. There is no easy. Everything, I've had friends tell me, man, life should be so easy. We done made life so hard and all these other things. And I'm like, you think running from cheetahs wasn't hard? That sound easy to you? That sound easy to you? No, no, you've bought into some foolish propaganda because you're saying it to me while you're holding a fucking iPhone. You're not looking for a simple life. You're just looking to be one of the people who doesn't have to do the work to make life happen. But there's never been a moment of humanity's existence where work has not been a characteristic of our success. Emerging into the societies and civilizations that we have required work. We have to learn how to work together. We have to learn, and we overlook this. And I encourage you all to go back and check out our series, How to Human. But we overlook this. One of the most fascinating things about our human existence, for me, is realizing that at one point our identity was so limited. At most, you could be a hunter or a gatherer. Maybe you're a hunter who sings sometimes, a gatherer who sings sometimes. But at that dispensation of history, you couldn't be a singer. That dispensation of history, there was no room for blacksmiths. At that dispensation of history, the educator did not exist yet. The time that we have to be who we've become has come. We've given that time to each other by working together. I often remind people that it was only about 500 years ago when we as a species stopped killing people on sight. Only about 500 years ago when we as a species stopped killing each other on sight. It is imperative. Oh, that's why this feels so good. It is imperative that we learn as a species that is literally on a planet that is in flight. It is imperative that we adopt in-flight protocol, that we learn how to treat each other, that we learn how to work together, that we learn how to protect our comfort while still being considerate of others. And that whatever it is that we're carrying along with us on the journey, let's make sure that it's useful for us. That's the big point of today's talk. If it's my baggage, it's my responsibility. And the least I can do is be committed to being responsible for my baggage. It sounds so antagonistic, but minding my baggage has been the biggest blessing, if I can use that word, of my life. You know, I decided to keep it. I decided to pack it. I decided to carry it. Therefore, if I am committing to holding on to any baggage, my reason needs to be that it is useful for me, that it is useful for my journey. Otherwise, why am I carrying stuff that isn't helping me? Why am I carrying stuff that I know is hurting others? Why am I carrying stuff that I know is keeping me from being the very best version of myself that I can be? And that version of myself doesn't have to be defined by anybody else. No, I'm talking about your standards. I'm talking about your dreams. I'm talking about your ambitions. I'm talking about your hidden audacity unlocked. What in your life is not helping you? And is it something that you can decide, maybe I won't pack this? Or maybe it's something that I'll carry while I'm traveling, but this is more of a home thing for me. Or maybe there's some baggage in your life that you're just mismanaging. You know, like I said, my goal isn't necessarily to get everybody thinking today, hey, here's all of my baggage that I'm trying to get rid of. No. That's not today's conversation. Today's conversation is, what am I doing with the baggage that I have? Why do I have this with me? Why am I treating my baggage like it's something that I don't have control over. One thing as a person who deals with several different types of neurospicy, we just call it neurospiciness. I deal with a lot of neurospiciness. I've had to decipher and to discern how my neurospiciness works for me. That's my baggage. I'm deciding to keep it. I like my baggage, you know? But if I'm keeping it, I'm going to make it work for me. And that's the thing that I want to challenge everybody who's listening to this talk this weekend to do for themselves. Those are the conversations I want to encourage you all to begin having starting this week. It's like, how can I manage my baggage better? How can I get more from my baggage? And if I can't get more from it, why do I have it? Why am I holding on to this memory? Why am I holding on to this relationship? How does it serve me? How does it benefit me? Because listen, as a person who was in human resources for years, a person who was the director of people and culture, project manager, talent acquisition manager, I've always advised the companies that I work with that people don't do their best work until they feel like their best selves. And if you're carrying unchecked, unclaimed, and unrestrained baggage, you're never going to feel like your best self. You're always going to feel like something or someone is weighing you down. And the worst part about that, internally, and I just got to go there, you're going to end up putting that blame on yourself. And so I'm trying to shift you from blame to accountability. I'm not blaming myself anymore. I'm taking accountability. I'm taking responsibility. And damn it, I'm getting ready to take flight. So if you're truly ready to take flight, this is the season to turn the baggage into the bag. I hope y'all have enjoyed this conversation today. I've definitely enjoyed having it. For a small moment, I thought I might not be able to make it today. For a small moment. But I'm here, stronger than ever, living with some baggage that's inherited, but all baggage that I've decided to keep, that I've decided to carry, and that I've decided to make sure that I'm being responsible for managing it. And I hope I've said something today that helps you determine how you want to manage your baggage. I love you all. Just a few quick announcements. I'm just doing one announcement. I'm doing one because actually sleeping in hospitals sucks. So I need a nap and I need to go pick up some medication, honestly. But open house week starts today. Like tonight, you're going to see us right back here. We're going to be streaming. Actually, yeah, we'll be streaming here tonight. We're going to be streaming tonight. Nope, it'll be on Bridge City Global and somewhere else. I'll tell you about that. But join bridgecity.app and find out what we're doing as a global community. We love to have you a part of the crew. We love to have you a part of the community. As you hear in today's message, now we're not quite there yet, but we are on the way. And that's why we're doing this in-flight protocol. I want to invite you all to hang with us for our open house activities this week and festivities this week. Honestly, I would have had all of this stuff prepared, but again, I've been in the hospital since Friday. Just got out this morning. Just got out maybe 20 minutes before we started the stream. Zarniel, who's handling production for us, he and I were in the studio while I was still in the hospital, and they came in and was letting me know that I'd be able to go. So that's when he and I made the decision we could push back for 30 minutes. But we love to have you on this team. And especially now that you've heard some kind of packing protocol, you know what to expect and you know how to flow. And whether you're with us or not, I hope I've said something to you that helps you grow in your communities and grow in your endeavors. So if you want to join us, we have that information on the screen. You can click the QR code. It'll lead you straight to our global campus, or you can text home to that number on the screen. And that's just basically going to lead you to our global line. And then we're going to send you the link to our global campus so you can click it right from your text message. Also, if you want to support us financially, you can click the QR code that's at the top of the screen, and that will lead you right there as well. So meet us back here this evening. If I wasn't in the hospital, I would have had all of the activities up, posted, so y'all would have seen them. But just meet us back here this evening at 5 p.m. Central Time, I believe. Oh, damn, it's a lot going on tonight, so I do got to talk about it. I should have made Ashley get in the studio today so she could talk about it because we have a lot going on tonight. We're going to open up with some recognitions of our members, of our leaders. We're going to talk about some of the stuff we've done with Thanksgiving this year, with our Thanksgiving food drop. No, you don't have to apologize. I didn't. You can't apologize for something I'm just thinking about you doing now. No. But no, we gotta and so we're gonna do some member recognitions. We're gonna lay out everything that's happening over the next 7 days, because then next Sunday night we're ending with the movie night. That's gonna be dope. So we're gonna talk about everything that's happening over the next 7 days, and then we're ending tonight with our first community game night. This is our first official community game night, and I'm so excited about it because I had nothing to do with it. That makes me feel good. Like, that's how you know that's when you know you're building. That's when you know you're building community. When people say, when people start treating me like I have to be a part of it, that's not community. That's celebrity. You know what I'm saying? We're building community, and I'm so proud of our team. I'm so proud of Ashley and Philoso Shy for putting this together, and I cannot wait to see how it unveils tonight. And so that's Pictionary tonight. That's us. We're going to be doing it. All right. I've made this longer than I should have, or maybe I haven't. I don't know. But I'm just excited to be home. I'm excited to be in front of y'all live. I'm excited that this is open house week, and I'm ready. So I love y'all so much. Until next time, keep rising, man.
Be twin, play and win.